Hey guys, quick tutorial on your pogo jumps. So pogo jumps are all about power from the feet and the lower leg. When we jump normally, we use our knees, we bend our knees and we put our power through like that. This is the opposite. This is all about power from the lower leg. So I'll show you what we're doing and then I'll talk you through it. So pogo jumps, a small little jump on the floor and our legs are straight. We're not locking out the knees, but we're not bending the knees. The power is coming from the feet. So how do we do that? Let's start with a warm up. So just standing on the floor, push up onto your toes as powerfully as you can. Driving through, imagine you're trying to burst your head through the ceiling. So powerful drive up by pointing the toes down to the floor, but you're not leaving the ground yet. Okay, from there, and only if you're injury free, don't be aggravating any knee or ankle injuries by jumping up and down on them if you're not ready. But if you are ready, we're going to start with that drive through, and then we're going to start pointing the toes down towards the floor to leave the ground. We're trying to stay on the spot, trying not to be moving all around or all over the place. We're hardly leaving the ground at all, but we're keeping it nice and fast. We're not using our hands, so try your hands on your hips if you have that tendency to kind of use your hand. Just point those toes down, keeping the knees straight but not locked out. From there, we can progress things, but only when we're ready to, only after we've done a few weeks just of normal pogos. We can be going side to side. We can be going forwards and back. Still trying to keep those knees straight. Still trying to keep that power from the feet. I can feel all of my lower legs lighting up there. Now we're going to go into single leg, and again, only if it feels all right to you. Single leg, make sure we're not hitching up one hip, so keep the hips level. So bend the other leg to get the foot off the ground. And then from there, exactly the same. It's hard to go as fast, hard not to be moving around, but try and keep that single point of contact on the ground. And then exactly the same on the other side, keeping the hips level. You've got to engage the glute there to keep the hips stable. Trying not to bend the knee. There's going to be a little bit more in there. It is harder, but over time we can work on that. So it's all about that power from the lower leg. The reason we're doing this is partly to help us with our running, get that powerful drive responsiveness off the ground. So rather than our foot sinking down, our knee sinking down, we've got that powerful drive through from the lower leg. But also just to be strengthening our bones. The more plyometrics, low-level plyometrics we do, the more we're strengthening our bones, and especially when we start doing that change of direction as well. So I hope that helps. If you've got any injuries that mean you shouldn't be doing it, that's absolutely fine, but make sure instead of doing your plyo that you're working on whatever rehab you need to do for those injuries. And I would say you shouldn't be running. If you can't do the plyometrics, you can't do any single leg jumping on that side, then we shouldn't be running. So make sure we're getting it rehabbed, make sure we're working on it. Okay?